Pro Football Hall of Fame running back Emmitt Smith. Most career rushing yards, most career rushing touchdowns. 15 NFL seasons, 13 in Dallas. But don't forget, also a couple seasons here in Arizona. Florida Gator. Also played in the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, the LPGA Tour. Started playing golf in the late 80s with some college buddies and has fallen in love with the game. We caught up with the Cowboys legend earlier in the morning and when the sun was shining.
Pretty decent swing, though.
Yes, sir. And the Pro Football Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith joins us right now. You're teed off on the par 3 12th. You're playing the Pro-Am. How you hitting it so far? That looked pretty good.
Nah, I'm hitting it a little. Everything's been right. That means I'm either leaving my hips open, not getting through the ball completely. But for the most part, the sun is coming out, and it's turning out to be a pretty nice-looking day.
What handicap are you playing to this week, Emmitt?
Shoot, I should be playing till 25. No, they got me probably playing. I got a 7.8 index, so whatever that means, you know, pretty decent, not bad for a guy that doesn't play a whole lot of golf.
Emmitt, I know you started playing in the late 80s.
That means I don't report all my scores.
Oh, that's like the rest of us. What attracted you to this game, Emmitt, when you started playing for the first time in your college days?
You know, the thing that attracted me the most was the camaraderie that I was building with some of my teammates who actually introduced me to the game. We went out a place called the West End out in Gainesville, Florida, and we were playing, and there was a whole lot of entertainment and drinking and laughing and hitting bad shots, hitting good shots. But the thing that kept me coming back the most was that one good shot that I hit, thinking that I can replicate that shot every time I play the game. This is the most difficult game I've ever played in my entire life.
Emmitt, you made the same mistake I did. I read that the first set of clubs you ever bought were a set of Ben Hogan blades just because they were so pretty. How long did it take you to realize that there was a better marriage out there for you?
It took me years because I would not give up those pretty clubs. I used to tee up with a 1-iron because I couldn't hit a driver. There was a whole lot of things that went on that I had to adjust to. But once I got to hitting the TaylorMades with a little cavity back, which was a little bit more forgiving, then I realized I could play the game a little bit differently.
Emmitt, you're playing with a couple of PGA Tour winners in Lucas Glover and Tom Hoge. In what ways can they help you, or are you beyond help at this point?
I am beyond help at this point. Ain't no need for trying to help me right now. I mean, watching these guys have done and are doing what I started doing when I was a little kid, and that is playing the game of football. So I'm a pretty good guy at that one, and they're real good at what they're doing right now. So it takes time, and it takes years to unravel all of the bad flaws that we have in a golf swing. And so I'm still working at it, but I got my own authentic swing. I know where the ball is going to go, so I hit to it, and I play it all day, and I just enjoy the game of golf. I'm not trying to be Lucas Glover. I'm not trying to even be Tiger Woods. I'm just trying to be the best Emmitt Smith that I can be. If that's an 85, that's an 85.
Yeah, Emmitt, you're a fan of the game as well. You pay a lot of attention to it. Do you think fans are turned off by what seems to be this endless conversation about money in the game or the politics of the game? They just actually want to get back to a simpler time of when it was just fun?
Well, I can see how fans can get turned off when you start talking about money, because most of the time we talk about money that most fans only dream to have. And so it makes it seem like guys who have a ton of money are being greedy. But you have to understand this. The world evolved around commerce. Commerce is generated one way or the other. Somebody's trading some kind of good or for services, et cetera, et cetera. These golfers and athletes are going out providing the service, and when they do it at the highest level, like a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan or someone of that ilk, they get their money's worth, and they feel like they have not been cheated. But when you pay somebody a ton of money and they're not performing like they're supposed to, everybody feel like they got robbed, including the owners.
Speaking of perform, do you have a putt to hit right now? We'll watch you hit a putt. You can take us through the process
No,
if you're
I'm
up?
not going to putt. Lucas Grover just made a birdie, so I don't have to putt, so it's all good.
Well, let me ask you about the zone in sports. We talk about players playing at the highest level. Wyndham Clark shot 60 at Pebble last week. What's the zone for an NFL running back? What's the equivalent when the golf hole looks like a big bucket?
You know, the zone for running back is like he is out there running effortlessly. Things look to be in slow motion. He could be exhausted. It could be the fourth quarter, and he could be running and things. He's like, it's almost like having an out-of-body experience. You're watching yourself do things that you normally would not see yourself do because you're just floating. That's the way the zone felt to me. It felt like I could not do any wrong. I had guys that were falling off me, guys that was not in position to make the tackle, and I was doing whatever I wanted to do. And that's a wonderful feeling. I chased that zone for many, many years because it comes rarely. It's not like it's something that happens every game, but it does come every once in a while. And when it does, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
Emmitt, you played a game where the talent is contracted and you had obligations to the team and your teammates beyond just your performance on the field. Do you see golf heading that way where it ceases to be so independent, contractor-oriented and is more of a contractual obligation for the players?
Well, I think it all is a contractual obligation, whether it's the networks having a contract with the leagues or the leagues having a contract with individual players, et cetera, et cetera. All of it has some form of contractual obligations tied to it. But as a player, once you get your contract, I don't think about me as a player. I never thought about anything else but going out there and performing and doing my job and trying to be the best version of myself on the football field as well as off the football field. So once that contract is done, that's the hard part, is negotiating that deal and making people feel like they are respected and you're respecting them. They're respecting you for your efforts and what you do and what you gave to the organization. Once you get past that, it's let me go do my job now, do my job to the best of my ability. And that's just the way contracts generally work. Performance is better than anything else. So I'm not a guy that believes in a whole lot of hype. I'm a guy that believes in substance and production. Productivity is the best thing you could do to earn the biggest contract you could possibly get. But I got to be given the opportunity to do it, though.
Emmitt, I want to leave you with this. You're one of the greatest to ever put on a pair of shoulder pads. Dallas Cowboy fans miss you and Troy and Michael. What's your message to the Dallas Cowboy fans who've been waiting for the glory days to return?
Keep praying. Keep praying, because it might be a long time before we see another ring.
Niners or Chiefs? Who
That's
you got
all I
on
can say.
Sunday?
I'm going with the Niners. I got to stay with the NFC. I hate to say it, but that's the truth.
Cowboys and Niners had some great battles.
Yes, we did. Even though the Kansas City team is actually part of Dallas because they originated out of Texas. So, but I got to go with the Niners, the NFC side.
Yeah, Emmitt bringing us back to the old AFL, NFL days. Hey, we appreciate your time as you make your way through the Pro-Am. Give our best to Hoagie and Glover and hit them straight, Emmitt. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Y'all be good.